So if it's about what people, selling what people want, right? So like even like some, I mentioned in the chat, like feminization. Hip hop is selling that. How is that what people want, or is it like you telling people that's what they want? Like what Pastor Carl is saying, it's
They
like
being controlled.
we telling you what you want.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying that you can't all the way to the extreme either or, because it's a bit of the same. Because at the end of the day, like all that effeminate stuff is going on right now, but I'm not with it. I'm just not with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so it can only, like, the God can't tempt you or the devil can't tempt you. You're only tempted by the lust that's inside of you. So if you had some homosexual tendencies in you already, like, it's just gonna come out. It's just like dope don't make you nobody else. Dope just brings out your deepest passions and lusts.
Well, let me say this to you, bro. Let me say this to you. Because you made the point earlier. You were saying a lot of these rappers, right? They rap about probably what they used to do, but they kind of talk about the reality for a lot of people. The masses that consume the music right now, that's not their reality. You know what I'm saying? The kids is going to them concerts. Dude, we got fam. I look online and it burns me up. And I just gotta remind myself I'm a pastor, so I ain't even gonna expose folk or say nothing. But I see dudes that work at the call center or the post office talking about, put the heavy drug dealer caption under it, talking about packages, and it's like, fam, no, you really deliver real packages, not them packages. but so like with that being said,
the Walmart pin, like
like,
yo, go greet folks at the Walmart, stock them shelves. But it's like you got sisters that's sitting there, working at, the chicken shack somewhere, and they busy talking like the city girls. And it's like, I feel like they've already sown those seeds, like Rigz was saying, and kind of told us what we're supposed to like. And we got people whose lives are completely contrary to what them lyrics be about. And they be running around talking about, man, it's so real. It's like, fam, you never sold a pack, carried a gat or nothing.
So
that's the
Josh,
conditioning.
Josh is a school teacher, right? How do you see the music affecting the kids, or do you know if it's even the music affecting them?
I mean, I think it's a lot of multimedia things. I don't think it's just the music. I was talking to someone in the Telegram about this the other day. Like, I think it's just more than just music. Like, you got movies, you got TV shows, you got everything influence these young kids. I mean, music's just part of it. But like, I teach fourth graders, so, and like, I don't think the music is as maybe cognizant. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just like going with the wave of it. They into the dances, they into certain hooks and stuff like that. I think it's just a matter of time before the lyrics really start hitting, what I'm saying, real soon for them to maybe like really manifest in a way as far as like, oh, that's what that means. But they really into the dance, to the waves, to the movement of it. They want to be like TV shows. They want to be like certain actors. They want to be like certain, Marvel characters. Like I said, I got fourth graders. So, their influence is a different media or a medium, if you will, as far as like where they want to be at.
I work at a probation school with middle schoolers up to like 23-year-olds, even some elementary school. So I see it like it's real.
Yeah.
And if there was no music, that attraction would still be there, because before you had NWA, who really took this gangster rap thing to another level, there was gangsters in the streets living their life. Now, the music has perpetuated it, and it took it further. And now people who wouldn't have lived that life are living that life. But I can't attribute the music and the media and the television solely to the advent of that type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
But H.U.R.T, let me ask you a question, bro. If you ever had any kind of role model in your life, would you agree that the prerequisite for having a role model is to concede superiority, at least on a mental level, to that person? Like, if I want to be like H.U.R.T, I at least for a moment have to say that man is in a place higher than myself, and I want to be like him, right? So, so if you got these kids in the hood, because I mean, hip hop has expanded to more than just the black skin tone. It's everybody now, but
it's pop culture,
right? So, but if you're talking about its original base being black people or people of color, okay, people without money, people without influence, people without reach to be able to touch anybody, it would be, to me, logical to assume that these black people will look at these record companies and these corporations or organizations who are flying in jets and on helicopters everywhere as superior to them because they got the money that these people don't. So when these people who they conceded superiority to in their mind say, yo, this kind of music is popping, the DJ puts this on, well, the DJ is superior to me because he got the money, he on the radio station, he's saying it's popping. It's logical to be like, you know what? Yeah, that's popping. And the biggest way to get somebody to do what you want them to do is to make them believe that they thought of it first. So like now it's like, it's a lifestyle for us to think that that's popping, but I don't think it's right for us to like eliminate the catalyst to all that. Because I believe these organizations are the people who started that, man. Like, and they continue to push it. And we believe it's us. It is our decision. I'm not erasing personal accountability or responsibility. We need to make a decision to stop. But it's like that, it's constantly being reinforced, like Josh said, through all these versions of the media, like movies, music, TV shows, everything. Like,
I understand that, but I have to look at it the way God looks at it. And at the end of the day, God don't judge on the curve. And so on Judgment Day, he's not going to say, man, you grew up in the social media age and it was just sin and idolatry and all matter of iniquity was just pumped to you every single day when you woke up. So I understand why you live the life that you live. Like
let me say this though. I believe that God doesn't judge us based upon a curve, but in relation to the brokenness and the state of brokenness that those people are in, they don't have the wisdom that we have. They're conditioned. And that's why it's our responsibility to get out and restore that inward man, because that inner self, which makes that person go and think and tick, is really what they're feeding and being fed all day. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, to Selah's point, it's like, I feel like we gotta always ask ourselves, why does the establishment pay a guy like Cassidy millions of dollars to go ahead and talk about how he got guns the size of Shaq feet? And anybody from Philly will tell you Cassidy went to the smartest school in the city and was from a soft part of Philly and didn't do nothing in the streets. But why would they do that? Because they understand the influence that the arts have on any culture. And we can go all the way back to White Jesus and the influence that the arts have on people, whether it's visual or whether it's music. See what I'm saying? So like, I mean, why would they spend millions on that? Because they know the earwaves, they know how many people it's going to affect, how many people it's going to reach. Whatever we make him wear, these people will stay poor trying to wear it because these guys are wearing it. And we have to really, really pay attention to that significance that it has. And I know, like, you from Cali, so the culture is a bit different as far as, because you made a point about, you know, even without the music, people will desire what they desire. Like, where you from, gangs is still prevalent. So you pretty much got to belong somewhere. You follow what I'm saying? But over here on the East Coast and like Philly, NYC and everything else, when you go through them blocks, man, them drugs sky high and the market oversaturated. And these youngins out here, not even out here for the money. I go on corners and I rap to the youngins. I'm like, yo, it's 10 of y'all on the block. 8 of y'all got the same product and you can get the same thing from the next corner right on over. Why y'all out here? Like, we're really not out there for the money. Like, back in those early 80s, 90s, you had your Rich Porters in them that was making $1 million a week on the block. So that's why everybody would desire it had hip hop still not existed. Now, if you eradicated hip hop and the influence that hip hop has, where girls aren't attracted to the drug dealer because the drug dealer that's getting presented to them is the fake one, which is like a Meek Mill or somebody who's talking about dealing drugs, they're attracted to that allure, which makes the young boys chase after trying to be dope boys. It's not even a money no more. They catching homicides and everything about everything else but money. And I'm talking about these dudes is talking about how much a point costs. You can't make money off 4.5 right now because it's so high. It's like, fam, you might as well go work at Best Buy and stop playing. But it's the aura and the allure that is perpetuated through the messages of the music. And that's why people still hold on to it. Because if we was really in survival mode, bro, if hip hop was gone and our identity wasn't attached to it, folks would be like, fam, I don't want to be like none of them Negroes on the corner because none of them got no money. They going home with $37.
If I can say something real quick though, at the end of the day, bro, if I can say something, these parents ain't raising these kids, man. Like they want the system to raise their kids. They want entertainment to raise their kids. And so they're getting all their information. So yeah, I mean, I feel what her saying. At the end of the day, man's gonna be judged You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man's going to be a judge. But these kids, I see, I mean, this is anecdotal. This is my observation. I get 30 kids every year, year in, year out. And these parents ain't looking, most of them, is not looking to raise their kids. They're looking for the state to raise their kids. They're looking for me to raise their kids. And they're looking for entertainment to raise their kids. Put them on the iPad, put them in some music, put some headphones in, and do what you're doing, because I got to live my life. And
Josh,
so they're getting their stuff from them.
No disrespect though, fam. We leaned on that to the point where it's become a crutch, because that's the church's responsibility. Like right now,
I'm not leaving as a crutch. I'm just saying it's a reality.
No, I get what you're saying, but we know home's not home. If we know that men ain't even raising kids no more, they making babies and disappearing, or we know that a lot of them fall into the jail and killed. So we know what home look like. You know what I'm saying? Mom out here, she young, she still trying to live her best life and caught all up in the midst of everything else. So what you're saying is valid and right, but I'm saying to the same point, that's where like the village has to become the village again. You know what I'm saying? Like Isaiah 1:17 tells us we gotta, tend to the fatherless. And there's so many fatherless out here, and we've leaned on saying it starts at home. Home is a mess. Home probably
it is. And I agree on your antidote. I agree on your antidote. I'm not disagreeing with your antidote. I just wanted to point that out as far as like the reality of what I'm seeing was raising these kids.
Check this out though. So like Selah,
Yeah.
you grew up with a pops.
Yeah.
How much would you say hip hop influenced you? You know what I'm saying? Because you grew up with a family.
Yeah. I didn't listen to hip hop till I was 16, B. Not freely. Yeah. My father and mother wasn't having it. Like they wasn't having hip hop in the crib. You know what I'm saying? And I actually had to sneak hip hop to the point where I was telling H.U.R.T, and another brother from the West Coast, when Nip got clipped, like I felt that harder than I felt when Big got clipped, because I actually created a musical relationship with Nip, because I grew up with him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up with Big. I didn't have a chance to get connected to him. You know what I'm saying? He got clipped when I was 11. I wasn't listening to hip hop at 11. So I saw everybody mourning over Big, and I was like, yo, I'm sad because y'all sad, but I don't really know why y'all sad like that, because I ain't sad like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it changed with me, because my pops being in the house and being the highest level of human being outside of Christ made him the basis of how I judged all my surroundings and every man that I walked into. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you hadn't accomplished, like if a dude was a millionaire but didn't have a family that he was raising, he wasn't doper than my pops to me. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the man. That was the highest level of man it could be. You know what I'm saying? So you could have all the cars and all the women and all of whatever you had, but if you ain't have a wife and 2 kids grinding at 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., you wasn't as dope to me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's what happened. That's literally what happened, and that helped me resist a lot of what the pastor was talking about, like, because I didn't see fruit. I didn't see enough fruit in the dope boy or the rapper to forfeit what I learned at home. Like it didn't hold enough weight for me to throw that away. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my father changed everything. He changed everything.
Most of the people, and Pastor Crawl, I agree with what everybody's talking about. I'm not disagreeing. And most of the people who get attracted to this come from an environment of brokenness. Whether there's a mother and a father in the home, culture is still broken. You know what I mean? I came from the culture of brokenness, so cripping appealed to me. But I say what I say because my viewpoint on the answer to this is to take away the victim mentality. Like, yeah, there's a victimizer. Yeah, the government, yeah, the society, yeah, systematic racism, yeah, all that. Yeah, it's all true. Yeah, I believe it. But at the end of the day, I use this example all the time. I say, if you told your kid who's in the 3rd, 4th grade not to mess with a certain person, and if they gave them something, don't take it and don't do nothing with it if they gave it to them. And then the enemy, whoever that other person is, gave it to your 3rd grade, 4th grade son, and your son did what they told him to do with it, you're going to punish your child because you told them not to do it. Correct? Mm-hmm. Now, we always say the government brought guns and dope to the hood, but grown men still took it, and we took away the responsibility of the grown men not doing the right thing. And now we place the responsibility on the one who gave it to us. And at the end of the day, as long as you're a victim, you'll never look in the mirror, pull your pants up, and do the right thing. You know what I mean? And so I've learned, if I can make it out, if I could do it, anybody could do it. I've seen a lot of people do it. And the people who did it weren't focused on the agenda of the oppressors. They were focused on, because the system is set up for you to fail or succeed depending on how you play the game.
For sure.
Play the game right, you can succeed. Like, we live in a generation where, like, Barack Obama being president wasn't nothing to me, because when I turned on my TV, I saw people that looked like me all my life. But for my mama and my grandmama, that was something big. For me, it wasn't nothing, because I saw melanated success all the time. That's all I saw. You know what I'm saying? When I turned on my TV, from sports to entertainment, all that. You know what I mean? And so it's just how you play the game.